welcome to my channel, Everyday with Jackie. In today's video, if you can't tell from the title, because I don't know what I'm going to call it, but I am showing you how to still feel put together, even though we're going out with our protective gear on, aka our face mask. So I know our mask is covering up the majority of our face, but you know, we still want to feel like we're put together. We still want to wear our makeup. So that's what today's video is all about, trying to accentuate the parts of our face that are still visible. So first, before we jump into the video, if you're new here, welcome. I hope you'll stay. Go ahead and pause the video and hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you're aware every time that I upload a video. And for those of you that are returning, it's good to see you as always. So if you're getting ready to head out to work, or if you're just going to run some errands, go ahead and pull out your products and let's get ready together. So if you're ready, let's go ahead and get started with this look. I'm going to show you how I still feel put together while continuing to wear my face mask and protecting myself and others. Okay, so as I said, we're all going to work, or we're running errands and we're having to wear our face mask, and our masks are covering at least this part of our face. So we don't have much left to work with, but I feel like for me, the first thing that I like to do is get a good moisturizer on, because we need some kind of barrier between our skin and our mask. Because I know for me, yesterday at work, it was so hot. It was so hot. I don't know, I probably was sweating up underneath my mask, but I know I had drops of sweat on my forehead. So, as the night goes on and you're still sweating up under the mask, because these masks don't look like they're hot, but they are radiating a lot of heat. And as that sweat sits there on your face, you can get breakouts because of the salt in your sweat, or your skin can become very dry. So we want to get a good moisturizer on our skin. So for me, the moisturizer of my choice right now is the Believe in Truth, the True Cream Aqua Bomb with aloe vera. If you saw my skincare video, I did talk about this and how I hadn't tried it yet, but I wanted to get into using it. So I've been using this week, and maybe started towards the end of last week. So the things that stood out to me right off the bat were that this is very cooling. It feels very soothing, and I'm just attributing that to the aloe vera, and it's very moisturizing. So this is kind of a lightweight moisturizer, and for those of you that know me, I like a heavy moisturizer, but I don't mind the Aqua Bombs that I've been getting. I've tried the regular Believe Aqua Bomb, and that was my first experience with the gel-like formula, but this one I don't mind as well. And again, it feels cooling on the skin and soothing, and it is a great moisturizer. So that's the moisturizer that I'm going to be using for today. And this is what it looks like. Like I said, very lightweight, but I'm liking it so far. It's very smooth. And like I said, it's cooling. Okay, so once you have gone in and moisturized your face, and again, you can use whatever moisturizer is your go-to, but we do want to protect our base from our mask. The next thing that I like to do, because I am playing up my face above my mask, so we're going to hone in on our eye area, our eyebrows as well, and our eyelids, because these are the most visible parts. So we're drawing attention away from our mask, and we're drawing it up to our eye area. So what I like to do is my eyebrows next. And what I typically like to use is a eyebrow pencil, but if you like to use the wax or the powders or the pomades, use whatever is your go-to product, but for me, my go-to product has always been the eyebrow pencil. And I use, for this video, I'm using my Rimmel London, and this is in the shade Black Brown. So this is what my product of choice is. And what I will say also, because we're trying to play up our features above our mask, and I'm very guilty of not always having the best groomed eyebrows. So I have started working on that, trying to make sure that my eyebrows stay groomed, and I just normally do them myself. So they're in pretty decent they're in pretty decent shape right now. So I'm just going to go in with my brow pencil and start doing my brows. And for me, I have a lot, I don't know if you guys can really see. I hope the lighting's a little bit better. Now for what I was gonna say, for me, my eyebrows have little gray strands, silver strands in them. So I noticed that the pencil does do a pretty decent job of covering those up. But I also use my e.l.f. Brow Wow, and we'll get to that a little later. Now, this look that I'm doing today, you know, I am going to work, so I'm not going in with lashes or anything of that nature. It's just going to be a soft, put together look. Okay, so I've done my brows, and because again, we're trying to make sure to draw the attention up to our eye area, I typically don't do this, but I find that when I have time now, this is what I'm doing because, you know, I'm trying to get that put together look. So I'm going to go in with my Fit Me concealer, and this is in the shade Cafe. And now I'm just going to carve out my eyebrows just a little bit because that helps me to feel like I'm getting my brows a little bit more precision and making my look feel a little more put together. So I used to do this back in the day, but I don't do it that much anymore, but I've just started to go in again. It just takes a lot of time, and sometimes I don't have that time in the morning. But you know me, I usually do my brows at work, so this may be something that just has to get done when I go to work in the morning. And if your brows have not been groomed, this kind of typically will hide the areas where you have your hair growing back. And I even will go right in the center just to clean up there too. And that's why if I still have extra product on my little brush, that's what I'll do. And then I'll continue to blend this in. And now that most of the product is off, and you don't want that little halo looking eyebrow, you can go in right on top. Because in today's look, we are not going to wear a foundation. And you can just go in with your little sponge if you still need to blend it out a little bit. Okay, now look at this brow compared to this one. Looks a little bit more sharper, a little bit more crisp. So I'm going to do this eyebrow and hop back on. Okay, so both of my eyebrows are done now. And see how that just looks sharper already, even though we haven't even applied any makeup on. So we've done that. So now what I am going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and put a little concealer here and in my eye area. So like I said, we're not going in with any foundation today, but I am just gonna do a little spot concealing and conceal up underneath my eye. And this is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Multi-Use Concealer. And this is in 146 Tan. And even though the mask will hide some of this, you still have some parts of the skin that's still showing. And because I have these little raised moles and little hyperpigmentation over here, I do like to kind of blend it in and conceal it a little bit as much as possible. Sometimes I think our hands are still our best tools to use. So we've done that. And so again, we are going to go in with, I do have a new product that I haven't gotten to test out yet, so we're gonna use that today. But I've been using the Makeup Forever. This is a powder foundation, and it says this in the shade 7R001-218. This one is no longer available, but I did pick up this one by Makeup Forever, and this is in the shade Y505. And this is a matte velvet skin blurring powder foundation. So again, I haven't used this. This is a new product to me. So since this one is no longer available, for the purpose of today's video, I'm going to use the other one, but as you can see, this has gotten a lot of love. So I do want to finish this one up, but for today's video, I am going to first, I'm going to go ahead and use my Hourglass powder underneath my eyes. Still testing this out to see how it's going to perform. Last time I had some patchiness with it, but like I was saying, I don't think it was actually the powder. It was probably that my concealer wasn't fully dry before I went in with it. So I have used it one more time and it performed fine. So I'm sure it was user error. And when I go in with my powder underneath my eyes, I always start low and then go up, just to avoid having cakiness or a lot of powder in the one area. And I don't bake or anything of that nature, so I just put it on and dust it and blend it in. And that looks pretty good. And then we're gonna go in with our powder foundation. Like I said, this is gonna be a first impression for me with this. And I did hear someone say that the sponge that comes in here is really a good tool to use. It gives you more coverage. So we'll try that today. I hope this is a good shade because I haven't used it. Oh yeah, this is a perfect shade. And we're just going to pat this in the skin. I like this. I think it's giving great coverage. So everywhere that we didn't use the translucent powder under our eyes, this is where we're going to apply this. And I did not go in with a face primer today. I just wanted to keep it light. And some days I really don't go in with a face primer because either I forget or if I'm at school, it's so cold there that I know I'm not going to need a primer. And sometimes my skincare is just enough. So today is a no primer day. Look how this looks on the skin. I think it looks great. Gives you just enough coverage. And of course we could build it up if we want, but it's not necessary. And I do think that they were right about the applicator in here. I think this works wonderfully. And this does come with your mirror. So far, first impression, so far, it's good. Okay, so we're gonna pick things up and move it right along. Try not to be so long-winded. So I typically sometimes don't go in with a lot of contouring or a lot of bronzing because, again, it's getting so hot outside that you just want to keep it light. So I will go in just with a little bronzer. Just a little bronzer from my Sephora palette. And this is my Luxie 734 airbrush powder brush. So again, we're just doing a little something to make ourselves feel put together. And again, this is my Sephora Pro, and this is the Pro Face Palette in Deep. So I went in with this bronzer, and I really don't feel like I'm going to do any contouring today. Just want to bronze up the face just a little. I haven't even, really been doing much. I usually have just been wearing my head wraps, and that suits me just fine. I'm not wearing this one today. This is just for the video. Okay, so now that we're bronzed, we're just gonna go ahead and take our brush and we're gonna add just a little color to our cheeks, and we're going in with the Pro Sculpting Brush 99, and this is a Sephora brush. And I'm gonna go in with After Party, which is this shade, right? Do I wanna use that one or do I wanna use Premiere? Let's go in with After Party right here. And I can go ham with blush. I love blush. Okay, and now we're gonna go ahead. I still like my highlighter. So we are gonna go ahead and highlight the cheeks just a little bit, and we're just gonna stick to this Sephora palette. I did bring out another highlighter, but let's just go ahead and stick with the palette, and we're gonna go in and use this highlighter right here. And we're just gonna keep it soft just a little. Just a little. And we may just go ahead, since we're playing up our features above our face or above our eyes, we'll just go ahead and put a little highlighter up there as well. Okay, and we're gonna stop there. I'm gonna go ahead in with my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion, and this is an anti-aging one. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on my eyelids. I could have brought the concealer when I carved out my eyebrows. I could have brought the concealer on down, but I think I want to use an actual eye primer instead of concealer. So that's why I didn't do that. If you like to use concealer, go ahead and do that. Okay, and while we let that set in, I'm gonna go ahead and take my, I think I have it out here, my e.l.f. Brow Wow. And then we're just gonna go in and brush it through our eyebrows. And again, I like this because I do have some gray eyebrows, and this is just a nice little tint, not too dark, not too overpowering, and it will kind of conceal what the eyebrow pencil did not cover up. And there you have it. So this again is the e.l.f. Brow Wow, And it is in the shade Deep Brown. And I picked this up at Target. Okay, so we're gonna dust a little bit of powder, keeping things moving right along. Y'all, I promise I'm trying to make shorter videos. I really am. That's why today's eyeshadow look is gonna be really something simple, nothing elaborate. So I'm going back into the Hourglass and just putting it on top of the Urban Decay eyeshadow potion primer. And for today's look, I thought that we would go back in using our Be Perfect Carnival palette. And this is the Be Perfect Carnival XL Pro palette. And this is in collaboration with Stacey Marie. And I do have a look already using this palette on my channel, so I will put that in the iCards above. And again, we're probably only using 2 shades with this palette. Something very easy, but still so you can feel put together. So the first shade, I did have them already swatched on my hand, but you probably can't see it anymore. So the first shade that I want to go in with today is this shade right here. And it's kind of a pinkish, muted pink shade. And then I think the next shade that I'm going in with is the one right above it. Probably just using these 2 shades today. That's my plan. And I'll go ahead and swatch them for you. These are the swatches right here. And that's all that I'm planning on using are those 2 shades. So I'm just going to go in my crease area. And I'm just going to go in lightly with that deeper berry color, because you know I love my berries. Well, I said I was going to go lightly. Don't know what quite happened. Whew, my palette almost hit the floor, y'all. I'm gonna let that sit right there, and then we're gonna go in with our next shade. Again, just keeping it really simple. And this is basically an all matte look today. Just want something very soft, but still keeping us feeling like we're doing a little something something on the eyes. And take this brush again. And I didn't add any more product to it. And that's almost the look on that eye. I am gonna go in, and this is what I like to do, because I'm still working on trying to get that really good outer corner V. I don't have it yet, but it's getting a little better. And what I do like to do is just take a brush, dab into some translucent powder, and clean up the area. If I've seen that it's gone a little out of bounds. And that's all I do, is just go in with a little translucent powder. And just clean it up. And I am going to go, even though I kind of have a highlight going already, let me show you the shade I'm going to use. I'm going to dip into, I always forget the names. These palettes have names. So I did use this shade right here called Makeup. This is called Makeup. and the one beneath it is called Persuasion. And now I'm going to go in with this shade here, right here, called Basic. I'm so used to just pointing that I forget sometimes the palette actually does have names. And so what we're going to do is just go ahead in a little bit. Right there. And that's basically all we're doing. I'm going to go in very lightly with that same Persuasion shade. Oh, this palette. Let me move some of this stuff out the way, because if my palette hits the ground. So we're using Persuasion underneath the eyelid. And I don't really think I'm going to do a inner corner highlight. I'm again just keeping it simple. And so far, this is what the lid is looking like. And I'm going to go ahead and get this eye caught up, and then we'll hop back on and put our mascara on. Okay, so I'm pretty well caught up. What I'm doing is dipping back into the first shade that we put on our lid, and it's called Makeup. And I'm just going under my lower lash line with that just a little bit also. And what I did when I was looking, I didn't catch it on camera, but because I felt like my outer V was a little sloppy, I just took some concealer and kind of sharpened so it didn't look so out of bounds. So I did that off camera. And I'm gonna wipe my brush off. And what else I did on this eye, but I haven't done on this eye yet, is I took my Morphe brush. This is the M535. Went in with my foundation powder because I do need to kind of blend a little bit more right up here. And I didn't see a shade that I really wanted to do that with in the palette. But we do need to blend. So I took my foundation shade and I just blended that in a little bit more to make it a little bit more blended and seamless. And now I'm going to go in with that shade Basic and then just pop this up here. For my underbrow highlight. And there we have it, boys and girls. Now we're just going to go ahead and put on a little eyeliner. And I am going to use my Milani. This is the Stay Put eyeliner, and this is the shade Semi Sweet, one of my favorite eyeliners. And this is very waterproof. This does not go anywhere. So let's go ahead and put this on. It's very creamy as well, and it does have a little smudger at this end. I never use a smudger though. And I know I said that I wasn't going to use the inner corner, and I don't know if I am. Still looking at the palette to see if there's a shade that I do want to use. I guess I can go in with Temptation. Can't leave well enough alone, just have to keep piling it on. And I'll show you what Temptation looks like in just a sec. I just like to keep it really simple when I have to go to work. Okay, a little highlight there. And then this is the shade Temptation right here. It's very pretty. Just put a little bit there. And now we'll go in with some mascara. And this is my mascara by Essence. It's the Lash Princess, the False Lash Effect Mascara. And when I'm not using lashes, I think this just gives me great volume and great length. So this is my favorite mascara. And it is so affordable. Hi, sir. What's going on? He's bothering me because he's hungry, but he's on a hunger strike right now. Ow, no, 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 that hurts. So let me get the mascara on, see what Lucky wants, and I'll be right back. Okay, so there you have it. I have my mascara on my eyelashes. And what I'm gonna do is, I had some lip balm on. I think it's already gone. So I'm gonna go in with my Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask, and this is in the scent Sweet Candy. And sometimes I'll just put a lip balm on up underneath my mask, or I may just go ahead, because my lips are really dry. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the Lip Sleeping Mask on and let it just hang out on my lips while I'm at work doing a little extra something. I don't wear lipstick because it just makes your mask look horrible and nobody's gonna see it, because I put my mask on when I get to my job. I sit in the car, put my mask on before I even get out, because it's mandatory that we wear our mask. So when I get out the car, my mask is already on. When I get back in the car at the end of the evening, my mask is still on, so nobody can tell whether or not I have lipstick on or not. So this is really, so far I'm really not wearing this. I'm gonna put something else on my hair, but this is really the final look. So again, we wanted to play up our eye area, so we have our eyebrows done really nicely. And when we put our mask on, I'm gonna show you, let me pull you back out a little bit, show you how you can still look put together. Have our little blush and everything on. And you see how much attention is focused on the eyes, and we can still see a little bit of the highlight and just a little bit of the blush. Our base is flawless because we used the powder foundation. So when you want to still feel put together, even though we have to go out in our mask, this is how we can achieve that look. And kind of draw a little bit attention away from the mask and just focus it right here on our eye area. Still have enough skin right here where we can still see a hint of blush and highlighter. And again, we highlighted up here, but our eyebrows are carved out. We're just having all the attention focused up here. So this is the final video for today. I hope you liked it. Go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so you're aware every time that a video goes up. And don't forget to share the channel, because you know I don't mind. And lastly, please know that you're always welcomed and wanted here on my channel. And with that said, I'm headed off to work. I hope everyone has a great day and a great weekend, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Wear your mask and stay safe. Bye. Hi everybody. I am
Hi.
at work with my friend Sue. She's my best friend at work. If she's not here, I'm not having a good day here.
Yes.
So as soon as I walked in, you guys, Sue, tell them what you said.
Wow, your makeup looks amazing. I mean, really good. And your eyebrows, they are on point. Look at them.
So remember,
Girl.
I said we were working on this area and our air condition is not working today, guys. So Sue had to take her mask off and I was telling her, I was saying how important moisturizer was for our face. So I'm just telling you, above the mask, it does wonders. They're focusing on this area and not on your mask. And also moisturizing that face is good because we have no AC in here today.
None.
All right, thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.
Bye.